Namaskar. We are the students of UdayShankar India Culture Center, and we would like to pay a tribute, a very humble tribute to Auntie, who was our most beloved auntie and who we have very, very, very fond memories of. And each one of us would like to share an experience that we had in UdayShankar India Culture Center. We're actually getting together after 30 odd years. We have moved to different cities, have leading our own lives, married, children, all of that. But there is something that binds us all together today. And that is our fond love, our affection, our respect that we had for Auntie. And we would like to share that with the world today. I have Nandini here, Shanchita, Koeli, and myself. My name is Kriti. So I'll start with Nandini. Nandini, would you like to share some great experiences you had with Auntie?
Yeah, thank you, Kriti. So let me begin by saying that I was just 6 years old when my family shifted to Kolkata, and I was a naturally shy girl. So my parents decided that I should learn and pursue performing art to get over the stage fright. So one of our friends suggested that I should seek admission in UdayShankar India Culture Center run by Mrs. Amala Shankar at Max Muller Bhavan. I have vivid memories of joining the dance school. And as I walked into the hall, and the first sight was of this very attractive lady, surprisingly youthful in a beige sari and Rudraksh mala. Her hand and body in a synchronized movement to the count of the tabla beats, and an entire class of young girls swaying with her. I was captivated, and immediately I knew that this is where I want to be actually. With the passage of time, I was invited to join the dance troupe, which led to travels all over India and countries abroad. I recall my first journey was to Patna. And she sensed that, I'm a little lost and nervous. So like a mother, she took care of me, came to my room, ensured that I was eating and sleeping well. And of course, I was a part of the troupe which traveled to the US, Africa, Muscat. And in those years, foreign travel was not the norm. So it was an incredible experience. And for that, I remain indebted to her. Each trip was like a learning experience, and it played a very important role in forming my personality. My exposure to the Bengali culture, the language was all due to Auntie, and of course my all you dear friends and my contemporaries in the dance school. So she was a Renaissance woman in a true sense of the word, with an eclectic mix of interest. She exposed us all to this life beyond the immediacies of our home and school, and opened our, I would say, eyes to a wider and a more wonderful world. And public speaking, as all of you know, was her passion, and she could talk on any subject extempore. And then I got married and moved away. But each time that I came back to Kolkata, I would go and meet her, and she would look forward to the visits. The last visit was, of course, in June 2018. Many of us got together to celebrate her 100th birthday. And that was a very emotional reunion. Despite age and fading memories, she was able to recognize us. Her eyes just lit up as Momodi presented me in front of her. She will always remain in my heart, both as a guru and a beloved elder. I remain indebted to her for life. And now I would ask Kriti if she could also share those lovely memories, because we've all traveled together in many of the tours. So I'm sure she has a lot to add to.
Right. Well, I mean, there's so much to share about Auntie that, this time is not enough for us to do so. But I think to me and to the rest of us, she was like a mother. I mean, she's so fiercely protective about us, and she loved us with all our heart, and there was no doubts about that. Which is why each one of us think that we are her favorites. We always believe that okay, she loved us the most, which means she did such a brilliant job of sharing her love with each one of us. Auntie was a very strong woman, and her strength, is something we subconsciously absorbed as we grew older, because she was alone, she was single, she was independent, and she managed everything on her own. She had a school, she ran shows. Even when I met her when she was almost close to 92, in her, whatever she could communicate to me, she was saying, show korte hobe, এখন আরেকটা show করতে হবে, which is the last dying breath she wanted to perform, and that was dance was her life, and she inculcated that beautiful feeling inside each one of us, and for that I will be forever grateful to Auntie. And she also imbibed this great amount of humility in all of us. I can say that with I'm sure all of you agree that she always liked the fact that we should maintain an amount of humility wherever we go, and whatever we needed to keep that humility within us. And that's something that I really strongly, I think I picked up from Auntie, and I love her for that. I really, really do love her for that. And she used to, like, if she got angry with us, there was these lovely words that she used to say, which were not complimentary at all, like "bedhi," "dhadi," and all kinds of stuff. But that was just love, and that's something that we made sure we were on track when we were giving our rehearsals, and we are on top on speed when we were performing. So these were part of the entire tenure that we had with Auntie, and that was so beautiful. And that's something that I will take with me, and I'm so glad my mother put me into UdayShankar India Culture Center, and I was part of this beautiful troupe, such wonderful dancers, and I learned so much which I would never have learned in school or in the confines of my house, never. So Auntie, I miss you terribly, but you're such an important part of us that you're still in our hearts today. And I would like to continue this. I don't want to stop here because Shunchita will say exactly what we all feel. So Shunchita, would you like to share something with us, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Shunchita. I joined the school at the tender age of 6 because my mother wanted to learn dancing from Uday and Amala Shankar, and I'll forever remain indebted to my mother for that. I joined the troupe when I was in class 7, all of 13 years old, and that was the start of the journey. My first show was in Shiliguri, and I remember Auntie meeting my parents and reassuring them that she would take care of me. I traveled all over the world with her, and what a wide variety of experiences we had. We performed in metro cities, in the suburbs of India, in villages, and all over the world in beautiful countries. The list is endless. I was in the troupe till Auntie's last show in 2012. Words are not enough to express what Auntie meant to us. Her impact was there in every aspect of our lives. We tried to emulate her in every possible way, how we talked, how we walked, how we carried ourselves, conducted ourselves. Not only did she teach us dance, she taught us how to be strong, confident women, fully ready to face the world. Her love was unique. She disciplined us in every way, but protected us from the world in every way as well. We were awestruck with her poise, her dignity, but we loved her with all our hearts. She was a beautiful star, a diva, and a loving mother, and she will remain precious to me all my life and beyond. And I'm sure that all my friends here feel the same way. I would like to ask Koeli to add a few words here, please.
Thank you, Sanchita. I agree with each and every word you said, and we have so many experiences to talk about with Auntie. And for me, she was a life-changing um, catalyst for me, and I would like to share some of those. At the beginning, I just wanted to say that I joined UdayShankar India Culture when I was 15 years old, unlike my cohorts. So I was pretty late in joining the institution. But if I'm not mistaken, I was the first one to get inducted in the troop within a year, and I'm totally blessed and grateful for that opportunity. I learned so much from Auntie. It's beyond me to express in words. In so many levels, she has changed my life. Um, she was elegance personified. She was, I would say, she was class on her own, and she wanted to kind of teach us how to be classy. Or each and every one of our students learned something like how to kind of conduct yourself. And I think Shonchita already said that. I still remember from the very first day, she kind of embraced me into her fold. So it was my first class was at Joy Jayanti, and the class was filled with students. And there were about 25, 30 students, and I was a very shaky, nervous teenager standing behind everybody in a corner. And there was this musicians, they were playing beautiful music, and Auntie was showing us what to do, and she was dancing and asked us to follow that. And then she was moving around the classroom looking at each and everybody's movements. And then she came up to me and she kind of slapped my back and said, "Khub bhalo, very good, very good." And that kind of, I was extremely nervous, but at the same time I was thrilled to the core. After that, about 8 or 9 months after, there was this huge Madras trip, and she wanted me to join the troop, and that was the beginning of my journey with UdayShankar India Culture Center with her as a troop member. While we were rehearsing for that show, one day my mom came to pick me up, and Auntie told my mom that this girl, she's a natural, but she needs to build up her stamina. And she kind of slapped my back, and everybody over here know how she used to kind of, when she was really happy, she would do that to her students. I think she didn't realize what she did that day to me. Uh, it had an immense impact on my emotions and my psychology. It built up my confidence from that day onwards. I became aware of my abilities, and she basically, as a true teacher, she built me up. She lifted me up, and from that day onwards, I started to believe in myself, and I'm enriched, and I give so much to her for making me who I am today. And I know she's at a wonderful place. She has lived her life the way she wanted. She was such a strong person, as Kriti said, and I think she has contributed those little things within her to her students so that we can face the world more prepared. Um, and we do not have enough time to say everything about Auntie. The only thing I can say that we all loved Auntie. We still love Auntie. We will keep on loving Auntie. She was a big part of our life in many ways, in many levels. Who we are is because of her. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Koeli. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.